Take it, breeze on, reload, reload. What's going on, my people? Another day, day 715 out of the year, 365 days of self love and self care. EP done, EP out, album done, loading for the release for next year. Reclaiming, you know, reclaiming self power, reclaiming self knowledge, reclaiming self independence, reclaiming self identity. Yeah, call it it's a self fulfilling prophylactic. Honestly, honestly, maturing and growing up and being a part of two different worlds, that's what makes me unique, and that's part of growing up, part of getting older. I say I getting better, I'm not getting older. We getting better, we're not getting older. Like fine wine, we get better with time. Some people mix themselves up with a bunch of negativity, and it causes them to age quickly. But when you keep the impurities out as much as possible, you're able to stay fine and refine, and you only get better with time. And honestly, being able to, you know, keep my Trinidad dialect and my, roots and all that whilst being intertwined into the American culture, that's beautiful. It's very beautiful. And honestly, the stuff that's been inspiring me more is foreigners visiting America because it's reminded me of how I felt before I moved to America, wishing that I could be, living in America. Seeing my sister move to America and then, humbly, patiently wishing and hoping that one day I will get to, experience that opportunity as well. And lo and behold, the year after that, 2004, I got to experience that. I got to experience my dream come true. And seeing other people around the world visit the land of opportunity, even while there's so many people, spreading hate, propaganda, and conspiracy and all that stuff against unity and against people coming together, it's still a beautiful thing because you know balance. I know balance, so I know that the world isn't going to be one way. It's going to be a whole bunch of negativity, but when you look for it, you will find the positivity and the goodness in life. You will find the good people. You will find kind people. But when you find kind people and you find good people, you will automatically understand and you will automatically find people that's unkind. Not everybody is kind and not everybody is able to be kind. Some people are able to act and play kind. Some people are able to fool and, imitate, right? Like a wolf in sheep's clothing. But not a lot of people are able to hold on to that kindness and be a kind person. Perfect example in the Boondocks when Riley wanted to get um, when Riley wanted to get the dude to help him find Butch Magnus that stole his chain, right? He captured the wrong kid. So when he had the dude hung up and he was torturing him, Riley came in and he was like, "Yo, can I talk to you outside, please?" Like, urgent. And then when he told him, "Yo, that's the wrong person," he's like, "What? You told me to grab a kid. I grabbed a kid. You don't like the way I do it? Fuck it. I'm gonna charge you next time," right? He caught the wrong person, kidnapped the wrong person and everything, and torturing the wrong person. But he was supposed to capture Butch Magnus, so he went and caught the wrong person. But since he caught the wrong person, he tried to apologize to the dude, right? And dude was still scared. You tortured this person for like, let's say, put this into perspective, right? Let's incorporate this into our lives. You've been tortured, you've been oppressed, you've been beaten down and turned into something that you don't even recognize. And since you turned into this monster that you don't recognize, and you're now operating on this mentality of this monster that's been created off of the world creating you like that, right? The world decides to apologize for like 2 seconds. I'm sorry that happened. And then when you don't accept the apology because you still traumatized, right? Let's say they gave us Barack Obama as a president, right? That's their apology, right? But that didn't do nothing for black people, right? That didn't do nothing for America, right? That didn't do nothing for the world, right? If anything, it made it worse. The lynchings, the Jim Crow era, it re-sparked as soon as Obama got back into office, right? So that was their apology, right? So that's the world apologizing. And then when you're still traumatized and you're still trying to heal and you're still trying to understand what, why, and how, then it's like, oh, you're not gonna accept the apology? All right, fuck you then. Then it's more hate, more negativity. So it's like you were never kind and you were never apologizing in the first place. So why are you asking for reparations, or why are you trying to act someone that isn't kind for a kindness that they're unable to hold the capacity to provide? So when some people are being kind, they're not really kind. They're just playing a role so they can get through to you and they can get access to you. And then once they get that access to you, they run amok. They flip the script. They flip that shit, and then they turn your life upside down and they make you feel like you're the one that's in the wrong, because you are in the wrong. You didn't let them show their true colors before you let them in. You should have waited for them to show their true colors before you let them in. That's why you need to wait at least 3 months before you have any type of intimate relations with women or men. My youth, you need to have that. You need to have that discipline to wait 3 months. A lot of people can't go a week without exacerbating themselves. A lot of people can't go a week without ejaculation and self temporary self pleasure, momentarily self pleasure. A pleasure that's long is a pleasure that's built. Just like how all this stress and all this trauma and this anxiety is being built in the world today, you can build pleasure just like that. And once you release that pleasure and you have that orgasmic experience, it's gonna be like nothing you ever experienced before. And that person now is gonna be like demnified. You're gonna be fucking deified. Not demnified. Demnified is the opposite. Deified is the positive, right? So you can be deified if you let that intimacy build. You get to know each other. You get to learn what turns each other on and what turns each other off. Salute to you. You get to turn each other on and see what turns each other up. And then you get to take that mental note. And that love is just building. That intimacy is just building. It's not hate building. It's not anxiety building. It's not animosity building. It's not separation and division building. It's all the good things about life. It's all the good aspects about life. Some compromise is good, because when you realize that some trees break off their branches so other trees can get light from the sun when they're being blocked. The fuck? Oh shit. Oh shit, that was a cicada. Yo, yo comprende español. Yo y yo estudia español um on Duolingo. I do it every single day. I try not to skip no lessons. Yeah, that scared the shit out of me. I didn't know what the fuck that was. It didn't even sound like a fucking cicada neither. It sounded like something was talking to me. My mic on? Yeah, it sounded like something was talking in my fucking ear. Never happened to me before. That was crazy. A cicada. When y'all watch the replay, y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see what happened. Watch the replay, or they gonna see what happened. Yo habla español. ¿Tú habla español? Yo habla español. I'm a student. I'm a master student. So if it's something that I'm passionate about, I'm gonna want to learn it. And since I've been learning, learning Spanish on Duolingo, my understanding of other languages is so much better. Because I did Italian in school, right? I did French, but we had a Haitian teacher, and the Haitian teacher was, it was like the perfect way to learn French because the French language comes from the Haitian Creole, and the language that the whole Caribbean use comes from the Haitian Creole. Every dialect in the Caribbean is a form of Haitian Creole. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to be from the Caribbean, which is the songs that I sing. But I hope everybody's having a good day. Everybody's enjoying themselves, getting outside. It's supposed to be raining here until Friday, but we only have clouds, so most of the channels on the regular TVs is not working. So I decided to come on here, do our live, test the vibes. You know what? I also realize a lot of people that are getting like thousands of views on their videos. Salute to them, right? Because I hear a lot of me in them. I hear a lot of my influence in them videos. I remember not. I remember being the only person having this type of faith, having this type of expectations or hope, and I didn't even realize me having that hopeless hope and that that how they say hopeless romantic, right? But I'm a hopeless romantic towards other people having that faith to change the world. I didn't have that, hopeless romantic and worldly things. That's why I can say I'm kind even when I'm not in the mood or in the space or in the mind frame to be, because that's who I am. People can only play kind or play the fool because they're playing a role. And once they play that role good enough, they get close enough to you, and it's like saying, okay, it's like signing a contract, but it's like signing a contract with your soul, and it's accepting ways, energies, frequencies. It's accepting things that you can't see. They can make sayings that can make you think about spirituality, like you can't, you know, you write a check with your mouth that you can't cash with your ass. That's a spiritual saying. That's a spiritual saying, because you're making false promises that you can't come up, like you can't back those words up. A lot of people that's getting all these thousands of views, their life can't back up what they're talking about. And I told y'all before it happened that it was gonna be evil infiltrating spirituality. Everybody thinks that everybody is God's child, but only God's children knows that the devil has children too. So if you're not aware that the devil has children too, you're not God's child. You're pretending to be God's child. And you might have to go and really do some work, because I even said, not everybody is a good person. And if you're not a good person, you need to see that to its fullest, because everything is in balance, right? Just because you're not this person, and that's how FOMO, that's how people wanted to take your life. That's how Aaliyah instances happen. That's how that girl Bree, rest her soul. That's how those type of situations happen, because you have people that who aren't accepting themselves, trying to be somebody that they're not. A fly isn't jealous of a bee, but a bee isn't gonna convince a fly that honey is better than shit. I am not convincing you of nothing but yourself. I'm not showing you nothing but yourself. Even the music that I make, every video that I post, I'm grateful for my 271 subscribers, and people have millions of subscribers and they're not giving them nothing, but they're taking from them. And they get on there every single day, and I keep hearing pieces of me in them. I can't hate on them. They're taking from me. They're taking my influence. You go in there and you type in hashtag I am influence, you type in I'm the first picture that pops up. When people started putting the I am in front of their names, I did that shit. I was the first one to do it. You have to understand, there has to be someone that does it for other people to see that it's done, and they can do it too. And I've been doing that my entire life. That's how I'm still influencing you. They come on their fake pages, they come and they do whatever. Prevail maintenance, what's up? They come and they do whatever, they say whatever, but they see that it don't trip me up. It's never gonna trip me up. You can't talk about how your life is pre-written, and then I'm living this pre-written life, and you think what you're saying and what you want to happen in my life, I'm gonna be afraid of that actually coming to pass. Motherfucker, you ain't God. And I told you, my angels will ride or die, and I got them goons next to me. You come up out of your mouth and you try to talk shit, you might be next in history. And I told you, when they want to see you fall and they want to see you fail, ask them how long they got to live, because you're going to be here a lot longer than that, baby. Fuck you thought. Are you dumb? I earned my stripes in Brooklyn. Before I was there, I earned my stripes in my country. Salute to Trinidad and Tobago, East Dry River. I'm a dry river baby. So all of my bitches is foreign. Even me, I'm a foreign. I switch it up, turn it up. Pretty soon I'll be on tour. Knocking on the Grammys door. Let me in the fucking academy. I'm gonna turn this motherfucker up. But what I want to see us completely build our own infrastructures. It's so simple. Let me tell you how to build an infrastructure, right? Instagram is one interface, is one profile, right? But you can write in the code and give it access to whoever you want to give it access to. You can have spaces where there's levels of access where you can do this, that, and the third, exactly how it's done, right? You have one interface. All you have to do in order to build an infrastructure, my people, I'm talking to y'all right now. Y'all don't know how to write code. Y'all don't know how to build Instagram, but I'm telling you how to build it right now. One profile. You build one profile, right? And once you build that one profile, you can have it looking like Instagram. You can have it looking like MySpace. You can have it looking like Facebook. You can have it looking like TikTok. You can have it looking like all of them in one. You could even have it looking like YouTube, right? As long as your code doesn't copy their code, make a profile. And once you make that one profile, you can open up the there's a certain link in the code of who has access, and you can type in which number you want, right? So let's say there's 1 billion people on earth. You can put 100 million. So only 100 million will be able to download your app. Once that's done, you reach 100 million. It says your profile is at capacity. Unlock more access, right? And then once you do that and you have it running properly, you do your bug fixes and all that other stuff. You have somebody run your internal software. You have somebody run your external software. You have somebody run your marketing. You have somebody run um your business pitch, right? To get investors, to get it put and to get it connected to servers. Once you get it connected to servers, now, just like how GTA have servers where you can go into one server room and they're doing all this in this server, and then you go into that server room and they're doing all this in that server, you have servers. You don't need all the servers in the world. You just need servers that allow people to connect, talk and text, video call, upload. Those are the servers that you need. Once you have those servers and your team is known, they know what the fuck their title is, and they know what they got to do, you're good. Launch it. And that's how Facebook was created, when it was called the Facebook, right? And then you had the dude that created Napster. He came in and he was like, drop the, just call it Facebook. Man, you got to learn shit. When they tell you shit, they're not telling you shit to entertain you. They're telling you shit because they want you to be the next creator. They want you to be the next person that come up with an idea, so they can come and they send the FBI and say, hey, we need you. You're one of the innovators of the next 100 years. You think streamers are going to be telling people what they're going to do with their life tomorrow? No, streamers are a genre of the internet. Just like how rap is a genre of music, rap, soca, dancehall, rock, all of those things are just genres. So when they say, oh, all the money is in streaming, it's like when the rap, it's like when the rap capital was in New York, and then it went to Chicago, and then it went to LA, and then it went to Chicago, and then it went to New York, right? Shit just moves around. They're just moving around where the money is being made, right? So now they have the ability to make people think and make people convince themselves that they can make money off of streaming. So your attention is not on community building. Your attention is not on personal knowledge and personal evolution. It's on evolving how you appear on the internet. It's evolving how your internet and how you serve the internet. Man, I love my brain. They could sit me down in the motherfucking CIA, and y'all will wonder what the hell just happened in the world. But I'm telling you, 2027, they not telling you this. They will never tell you this. They can't ever tell you this. But 2027, that's the year that a lot of so-called black people just, as a whole, detach from a lot of shit, because it's not our grandparents and our parents and our uncles and aunties that's telling us these things. This is what we've seen, experienced, witnessed, and we saw people do nothing. And we continue to see people do nothing. And we're the ones that want to do something. We don't want to just march. We want to have action behind that faithful march. Faith without works is dead, is redundant. You have all this knowledge. Oh, I'm a master student. Yeah, I could be a master student all day, but what am I applying to my everyday life? What am I applying to the day-to-day process? What am I applying to my, my growth? Is it conducive to your growth? Is it productive to you? Is it productive to your progress? Does it help or hurt? Does it heal you or just fill you with hate? We got a saying in Trinidad, we got a saying in Trinidad, let the dead bury the dead. So if everybody is talking about how their relationship ain't working and how they don't like this and what they don't, that's dead. That's dead. That's dead talk, right? My uncle, rest his soul, he taught me before he passed away when I was with my ex-wife, going through issues, wondering what can I do to make my relationship work. I've tried every avenue that the man can, right? Doing it the right way, doing it the righteous way, knowing that I could go that way, having the opportunity and the options. Just nah, I'm good. I'm married. I'm good. I don't do that. Right? We could be friends. We could talk. We could whatever. But in my mind, it's never gonna be that because nigga, this is me. You're not gonna control this. Even if it's a dead vessel, the soul is still gonna be me, baby, and you ain't gonna be able to touch this, right? So rest my uncle's soul. He told me that that's just old talk. And my father even taught me, you don't get involved with woman arguments. You don't get involved with that shit. You don't even open your mouth. And then I watch a movie. Oh, who's whose food you think is better? And there was a, you better not answer that. And the dude was like, I think it was Will Smith. Yeah, the Fresh Prince, right? When he was asked, and his uncle was like, "You better not answer that," because they was trying to see whose potato salad is better, and then he had to tell all five of them women a lie instead of keeping out of it. Instead of just saying, it all tastes the best. It all is amazing. You don't get into what you don't want. You don't want to be bitter and you don't want to swim in the sea of bitterness and you don't want to be in the lake of denial. Why are you in it? You don't want to be in a bad relationship. Why is that what you're consuming and talking about and arguing about and trying to have everybody understand? If we're here to be life, if we're here to be love, if we're here to fight against evil, why is it that we only converse and consume ourselves with the evil that we're here to be battling against? You can't win a fight without your shield and sword in your hand, right? Let me see if I can make this the way that I need it to be, right? And this moth just came and landed right here on me. Look at that. You can't win a battle if you're so consumed with the power of the enemy. The enemy having power is just an illusion because the enemy is also fighting you. So don't you think that the enemy think you have power? You don't think the enemy knows you have power too? That's why I don't worry about what the devil could do because I know what my God could do. That's why I don't worry about what these people talking about because I know what I'm talking about. I don't worry about what these people doing. Fuck what these people doing because I know what I'm doing. I don't worry about what these people are saying because I know what I'm saying. Right? Right, Mr. Moth? We don't worry about what the dead is doing because the dead is dead. We're alive. We're living. We don't consume ourselves with dead talk. A dead conversation is a what do you bring to the table conversation. Why are you worried about what somebody else brings to the table? Why is that your concern? If you can't provide your own motherfucking shit in your own table, you're not supposed to be sitting nowhere. You're supposed to be standing up. You're supposed to be you're supposed to be in peril. You're supposed to be mad and upset that these motherfuckers got food sitting down at the table and I'm sitting here watching them. Winners don't watch other people. Winners win. Losers watch winners. So you have to see when I'm talking about what I'm talking about, it's all gonna come full circle. You'll see. Winners watch other winners and they get inspired. Losers watch winners and they get depressed and they get they get dissuaded. They lose their confidence, right? They start to fall behind and they fall away. And they start talking bad about winners. That's not what the winners are doing. The winners are just focusing on winning. How else can I win? How else can I show somebody else that you can win? And when you focus on winning, it's not to say that you lose sight of what you could lose. It's not to say that you lose sight of anything that you have lost. It's just that you just don't know how to focus on losing. You don't know how to focus on death because you know what it's like. You've already died and experienced death. So now all you want to experience is life. And you know that the difference is life and fear. It's not life and death. Fear wants you to die. Death wants you to live. Death don't want you. Fear and life wants you. Life don't ask you to choose. Fear forces your choice. Fear forces your hand. Life just lets you be you. No matter what. No fucking matter what. That's why I let people be whoever you want to be, whatever you want to do. That is it. That is your life. And I give you the tools for free and I show you. That's why I appreciate you. Whenever y'all decide to donate to me. Because I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna ever sell you anything because even exchange is no robbery. And because we are forced to survive in a financial institution, yeah. But I'll never steal from you. That's the only difference. That's the thin line between that's the thin line that a lot of people don't see that they cross all the time. You're not supposed to steal from people. They're supposed to want to give to you. I'm supposed to make you want to give to me because of who I am and my duty. I'm a carpenter by trade. I'm a farmer at heart. I'm a guardian by my title. Some call me an angel. Some even call me evil. And by my works, if I am evil, then you are food. If I am evil by my works, then you are nothing but food. Simple as that. I gotta pee, y'all. I gotta use the bathroom. Let me see if I can leave y'all with something. Let me see if I can leave y'all with something. Yeah, I can walk with you something. My new EP is so dope. It's on Kanye level. My new EP is on Ye level. And I'm grateful. I got 5 likes. I never had this many likes in one live. Let me see what y'all talking about. Okay, that's the comment I read already. Ella. Shout out to Ella. Shout out to Prevail Maintenance. Shout out to Tiziana. Tiziana. Big ups, big ups, big ups. Bohemi boy. Bohemi boy. Bohemi boy. Big ups, big ups. When you gonna get drive by? When I'm gonna get drive by? I get drive by all day, every day. The frequency, the blessings that don't stop. The blessings and the gifts that don't stop. This is not just a physical world we living in, it's a spiritual. You don't know when you just got drive by. Somebody could walk past you, right? And they on the phone having a conversation and they cussing and they cussing and they hateful. And all of a sudden, once they pass you, you're in complete thought about what the hell they're talking about, what they got going on in their life. And you just got drive by. They just dumped off that energy, whatever was sucking on them. You lowered your frequency enough to care. You lowered your frequency. You lowered your frequency. See, you're lowering your frequency as you're lowering your defenses. You lowered your defenses enough for that shit to get in. That's why you gotta just let that. That's why my father told me words is wind. Words is wind. Why, I could call my mother right now and say, "Hey, how you doing?" That's before my grandmother passed away, rest her soul. My father told me that. I could call my father right now and say, "Hey, somebody talking about you, right? If somebody talking about your mother, somebody talking about your father, somebody talking about you, that's not hurting you. That's showing you who they are. That's showing you how easy their defenses and their frequency was able to be lowered for that shit to get in. Don't let that shit get in. Don't let none of that shit get in. Don't lower your defenses. Don't lower your frequency. Lowering your frequency is like lowering your defenses. That's what I'm going to title this live. Lowering your frequency is like lowering your defenses. You don't want to do that. Don't ever do that. Don't ever lower your defenses, right? Lowering your frequency is lowering your defenses. Just because you're sad doesn't mean your frequency low, right? Because you will be the one that's crying with tears from your eye and you will burn this shit the fuck down. Send it straight to Jah, right? So don't mistake a panic attack for passion and freaking whatever the spiritual girls be talking about, because I be listening to them sometimes. I have a few girls on there I just listen to that has talked that real talk, and when you hear, just like when Jay-Z said, I hear a lot of Hove in gigs. Now I hear a lot of McLeish in these lives. I hear a lot of McLeish in these tarot cards. I hear a lot of McLeish in these Bible talk and shit. Because it's the way I've been living my life my whole entire life, right? I've been living like this my whole entire life and feeling ashamed or feeling guilty or feeling like, you know, I have to this or I have to that, or I have to be this way in secret, or I have to be this way around a specific group, or I have to be this way on my own platforms, but I could be this way, period. And just you know, let people let people just take that. Let people just take that, because I don't owe anybody anything and nobody owes me anything. The only thing that I expect is what I can give. The only thing that I expect is what I bring to the table. I don't ask nobody what you bring to the table, because if you bring anything to the table that I don't like, it's not going to get eaten. I don't care what you bring to the table. I'm building my own. It's going to be oak. It's gonna be pine. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be one of them elf-made trees. It's gonna be elven wood. It's gonna be in a fucking shire somewhere. It's gonna be in the shire. I'm gonna have some fucking cardinal birds. I'm gonna have butterflies. I'm gonna have dragonflies. I'm gonna have some freaking type of stuff you've never seen before in my table, eating with me. Yeah, the shoe is on the other feet. I was on the other side of the table. Now it's turned to me. God has some bigger plans starring me. And I'm gonna do this shit hard, like I'm fucking 20 bitches. And they all